Welcome on in, everybody, here to AuburnUndercover.com. Nathan King with Jason Caldwell. A phenomenal football game here, a wild Saturday night inside of Jordan-Hare Stadium. And Auburn finally gets over the hump. They finally are able to close out a game, but it took until 4 overtimes. An absolute thriller here, 43-41. Auburn takes it, their first ranked win since 2021. Jason, I mean, at the end of the day, this is an Auburn team that have been unable to finish in close games this year, and they come up with clutch plays on offense and on defense.
Yeah, I mean, we talked to the guys, and we heard complimentary football a bunch, and it wasn't perfect on offense. It was fun. Defensively, that's probably as much as they've struggled in the last 7 weeks.
Yeah.
But they made plays when they had to. Offense made plays when it had to. Ian Vachon makes some big kicks for this team. And you're right. I just forgot how many overtimes it was because I got tired of running back and forth. I mean, like I'm ready for them just to stay on one end.
Yeah, I don't really get that.
But huge. I mean, just what this means for these young guys, for these seniors that laid it on the line. That was a fantastic win for this team.
21-0 lead for Auburn. Looked like it really might get out of hand here. I thought the offsides 31-yard pass to Cam Coleman, I thought was really kind of a fire starter for them to have confidence pushing the ball downfield. All of a sudden, a 64-yard bomb to Coleman for a touchdown. All of a sudden, a big 60-yard pass to Keandre Lambert-Smith. He breaks some tackles. Looked like Auburn was going to kind of run away with this thing, but Marcel Reed and Texas A&M, third downs really hurt Auburn in this game, and I thought that Auburn's defense just kind of got. They bounced back in the second half, but while A&M was making that comeback, I thought they got worn down. I mean, it was a 9-minute touchdown drive, a 6-minute touchdown drive, and they stayed on the field.
And big plays from Auburn's offense. Auburn scored and made plays.
Got right off the field.
It just didn't take very long.
Yep.
So, Auburn's defense had trouble getting off the field again, and it wore on. Hugh Freeze mentioned A&M did some things that Auburn had not seen a whole lot from them. They spread the field. They got Marcel Reed out there on the corners, and they did a really good job. But to their credit, the guys just never laid down, and we saw that on both sides of the ball. Defensively, obviously, they made some plays. Peyton Thorne's run, to set up the game-tying field goal there in the regulation was a massive play in this game. He had a couple of big runs. Jarquez Hunter was a beast. It was fun to see those guys have a few breaks go their way because A&M dropped a few passes.
Yeah,
that was big, I thought, in this game too.
Yeah, including the one at the end. Amari Daniels, the running back for Texas A&M, drops that pass there at the end. Yeah, I mean, Jason, you talk about the defense. They get a 3 and out there. It looked like as we kind of get mobile here, it looked like Auburn might actually be done. Excuse me, we'll have to cut this.
I don't know if anybody's going to ever hear us again.
There was some. There was a moment, Jason, when I was seeing people leave the stadium after Auburn goes. I think they went 3 and out toward the end of the game. We'll continue to kind of try to move away here as they're blowing away the shrubs.
I don't know. This is like this game. It's just nuts.
You mentioned no other way to stop. Yeah, we're good here. But you mentioned timely stops. If they don't get that 3 and out late in the game, Auburn doesn't have an opportunity to go down the field and score.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, like the defense, when they had to make plays, they did. They did a good job of doing just that. I thought we saw Caleb Harris with a huge play on the 2-point conversion. You get a break with them not making a play, and you had a couple of those. And this team, like I said, this team was due a couple of breaks.
Sure.
But they made some of those breaks too. They couldn't get a whole lot of pressure. The A&M offensive line's really good. They did some timely blitzing, did some things well. All in all, they finally just made a couple of those key plays when they had to do it, and that was the difference.
Yeah, including Keandre Lambert-Smith. We talked to him about that post-game. He said they tried to run it in the, I don't even know, the first or second overtime. But again, he's been doing this most of the season, but this game in particular, you talked about that catch he had over top of a guy. It was a good throw, but he had to make a catch like that in the 4th overtime, and obviously they were the beneficiary of a drop pass there.
Yeah, no, and the catch he made down the sidelines may be top 5 catches I've ever seen. Now, we're going over the back of a defender to make a big play down there. It's almost so much that happened in this game that you think about the key plays and you think about the ones at the end, but you're right. Early on sets a tone for this game. 21-0 lead, and I mean the offense got off to such a hot start that even though A&M's offense really got rolling, you were still able to stay within striking distance and didn't lose the lead till late, but I mean, you answered the bell, and they had not answered the bell really all season long.
Right. Yeah, they got into a lull there for a little while, and I'm able to make. You mentioned Vachon. I mean, a 41-yard field goal there. Obviously, the one to tie it up was a little shorter, but still really pressure-packed kick that he had to come through. Jason, I mean, you saw some of the recruits jump out and rush the field as soon as it happened at the end. You mentioned the significance of this game. First ranked win since 2021 for Auburn. It keeps bowl eligibility alive. Look, there'll be significant underdog probably in next week's Iron Bowl, but Alabama certainly did not look great today in a loss to Oklahoma. This is a team going in with as much confidence and really just able to keep their spirits high because they've had so many deflating losses. They're able to go into next week, and obviously they hope they can take something like this into the offseason and recruiting as well with their heads held high, which they hadn't been able to do this season.
Absolutely. They say, hey, you feel like, hey, give yourself a shot. I thought this team would have a shot, win or lose tonight. But, man, you take the momentum out of this game now going into next weekend, and you got to feel good to go, hey, just lay it on the line. That's what they did tonight. You'll have one more of those opportunities to see what you can do.
Still trying to wrap their heads around it. A crazy, crazy game that ends in a field storming. Auburn beats Texas A&M 43-41 in 4 overtimes. Keep it locked at auburnundercover.com as myself, Jason, everybody, our whole crew continue to have coverage of this one. We'll talk to y'all soon.